Speaking of sweet, let's keep the sweet coming with four of our favorite people. Lisa Berry, Rachel Miner, Kim Rhodes, and Briana Buckmaster.
We can make it if we try, just the four of us. You and I, just the four of us.
Four, Robbie.
Building castles in the sky, just the four of us.
Why are they building castles?
You and I.
There's four people on the construction crew working on that castle in the sky. Hopefully it's a 5-bedroom, so we can go.
Oh shit, there's a lot of you. Hi guys.
It's gonna take a lot of time for four of us.
Four.
Thanks, gentlemen.
Well, I thought Norton was gonna be doing anything. I was like, ha!
Thank you, Stephen.
Your
Thank you
blazers
for
are the
that.
talk of the town.
Yes.
Everybody loves your blazer.
Oh, thanks. Thanks, everybody.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Mikey, you want to stay? Okay. Mike Borja, everyone. Oh, hello. I'm going to do this stop button. Oh, God, yeah. Oh, better. It'll be this button in about an hour. You know that feeling? You're like, you know what? I think that's the part of it when you get older. You're just like, oh, fuck you. I don't care. I'm going to undo my button when I eat. Anybody else? Thank you. Real talk up here.
That's right.
How about this panel today?
Literally, when we sit together, like at a table or whatever, I'm like, oh, the coven is back. Like,
Yes.
there's something that settles in me.
Oh,
I'm like,
this is my
this
favorite
right.
panel.
Everything is correct in the world now.
I also feel like listening to Rachel Miner talk just makes me smarter. Not because I learn it immediately, but my body absorbs her knowledge and wisdom. So I find these panels useful for me as well.
And being around you just makes me feel more magnificent, although less articulate. Because now I'm like, I'm going to be really stupid. What do I do?
Let's just kiss. Okay. Shall we take some questions? Let's start over here with Caitlin. Hi, honey.
So, first off, I don't really have a question for you guys. I just really wanted to thank all of you and all of the Supernatural ladies for inspiring my tattoo. It's a combination of Sam Smith's Rise campaign and the Wayward campaign, and it says, Rise Up, Be Wayward. And I just really wanted to thank all of you ladies because you're just so incredible and amazing and inspirational, and just you really, really help me just every day have a reason to get up in the morning. And I just love you guys for it so much, and I can't thank you enough.
We love you too. Proud of you. Thank you. Thank you for standing up and saying that.
Love you. Thanks.
Thank you. I'm so proud of you. What incredible.
Hello.
How you doing? Okay, my question comes from my students. I teach philosophy to juniors and seniors, and I've used Scooby Natural for existential angst, and I've used...
Who doesn't?
And I've used Breakdown for when we introduce Immanuel Kant's ethics. Now, my kids wanted to know which episode would you recommend as like the most philosophically loaded for analysis?
I love Don't Call Me Shirley for that reason.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. Don't call me Shirley.
But again, it's Robbie Thompson, I think, does a really good job of just kind of looking at things from every angle, and it's dealing with questions that go beyond what a lot of the philosophers were even asking. What would it be to be God and to have to make these decisions, and like how do you reflect on that, and how does it have me like? To me, there's a lot of very important questions. I would be much more curious. What's your answer to that?
Well, like I said, I've used different episodes. Breakdown's really good for ethics. Scooby Natural's great for the allegory of the cave also.
Breakdown's good for FX.
I'm sorry?
Ethics.
Ethics, yeah.
I was like, I was me. With
No,
the
no,
green
there,
screen.
there is a philosophy category called, philosophical question called effects.
Effects.
Yeah, yeah,
Yes,
effects.
yeah.
I don't think I could pick one good one. I use like a smorgasbord of different episodes and different stuff. That's why, and like I said, the kids were the ones that wanted to know, and they're gonna write an essay based on the one that you pick.
What about?
Oh, for God's sakes.
No, they're down. They're down.
I'm gonna echo. I'm just gonna add another one in the mix. Was it? I get the titles mixed up. I'm so sorry. Was it regarding Dean?
Yes, I was thinking that too.
For identity.
Yes,
Like what
that
is
would be
self?
great, yeah.
And what is identity? And what makes a human who they are? Boom, motherfuckers!
I love this panel because I get to go, that. I picked that too. That's my answer.
But also,
Lisa,
what a cool question.
Yeah, that's
That was
awesome.
really
And good for
awesome.
you
And
for
then-
teaching that.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
All right,
Yeah.
thank you.
Thank you. Hello, Jody.
Hello.
So I love you all. You guys are really awesome. But my question is
It's okay.
That's okay. You're gonna like,
We're probably all gonna answer it anyway.
yeah, and you're gonna upset very much at least 3 of us.
Yeah.
only question for you, but unfortunately we have had cons that have had interruptions. So at least for you, one was fire. So with Seattle was snow, which is a form of water. So we really, really hate interruptions. But if you had to have another of the 4 elements, so earth or air, which one would you pick?
And who's this?
why?
Sorry, who is this
Oh
question?
no, so this is like earthquake or tornado. You're asking us which we'd rather survive.
So you're like, what was the fire?
When I did a ladies' convention in Seattle, and there was a fire
In the
when we were
hotel?
in the hotel.
Oh, no way.
And not only that, they didn't have. Okay, so this is one of those things that they didn't have any precaution put in place for people with wheelchairs, and I was on an upper level, and
No.
they
no,
shut,
no,
they
no,
shut
no.
down. I got short circuited. This is gonna like completely hit Kim very hard. I'm sorry. No, but also wait, they didn't have anything set, and they had me on an upper level, and they closed the elevator because like when there was a fire, it shuts down automatically. And so I was literally like just head out the door. Guys, anyone to help me? Hello? So I had to crawl all the way down and like
Oh my
crawl
God.
down the stairs and get down there.
Oh,
And
I'm gonna
luckily,
blow
yeah.
a vein out
Yeah,
of my
it was-
neck.
and so we ended up sitting because I was then stuck outside without my scooter with no way to get around. They like brought a finally someone thought to like bring a chair. And so we were sitting, we had beautiful conversations, but we were sitting just like me sitting on a chair. I hope there's no big fire right here.
Yeah, you can be outraged.
Yeah.
This is the world we
that's
live
an
in.
outrageable
Yeah.
thing.
Okay, so back to your question.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, so what do you want to survive next?
Jesus Christ.
I'm not gonna recover from that story for a while.
You know, I'm so, but it's actually great because how wonderful that we get to have these conversations and like start talking about it publicly. Because I often don't think to say these things, and Kim is one of the few people where she will get outraged and be like, no, this is not how the world should be, and things change because of that. So, thank you. I vote for tornado because I want to like fly in the air.
Because we might go to Oz! We might go to Oz!
That's right.
Tornado.
I feel like there are possibilities.
Also, have you guys, I'm from the prairies and have been in a tornado before. Yeah, Saskatchewan, say that fast 3 times. And so when you are hiding from a tornado, as you know, they say, we used to go down into the basement. And there was always something, this might just be the party girl that I was born as, but I was always like, oh, basement party. Always, when I was a kid, all the adults, once we were driving, I remember I was a kid and I was so young, it's one of those memories you go, did I remember this or was it a dream? We were driving in a car with my parents and my brothers. I must have been like maybe 6 or 7, very young. And my parents, I remember my mom was driving and we couldn't see anything. And I remember saying out loud, Mom, I'm scared. And my mom saying, I'm scared too. And when your mom says that, you're like, this is not good. And then they saw a light through all of the dust and drove to it. And it was a house. And we lived on a farm. So it was a house that was, probably in the middle of nowhere. And they knocked on the door and somebody came and got us. And downstairs in the basement was 40 strangers. Like everybody had seen the light in this house and gone down to this basement. People were having cocktails, they were playing games. It was like a bunker. But I just remember going, oh man, it's so cool that when tragedy does strike, it kind of can bring out the best in people. So for me, if I was stuck in a traumatic situation, such as a tornado, I'd be glad to be stuck with you people.
Thank you.
Thank you for the question. And by the way, do you watch Avatar: The Last Airbender?
Yeah.
Good morning, Queen.
Hello, Queen.
If Jody, Donna, Meg, and Death were to go on a road trip, who would drive and who's packing the snacks?
I'd pack the snacks. Because let's be real.
I would definitely be banned from packing the snacks.
Yeah, exactly.
Me too. I'd be banned from packing these things too.
Yeah,
I think I'd probably be driving.
I think you would be too, and I don't think you would let anybody touch the music.
No, I don't think so either.
I think we'd all be like you'd be like scary mom.
No, I think I'd have good picks, but I think
No, I think you'd have good music. I think scary mom is in like, nobody would fight. There'd be no bickering.
No, 100%.
Yes.
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
I initially was like, would Jody have a problem with someone else driving? And then I was like, no, Jody would nap. I'd spend the entire time like, oh no, you alpha in this situation. Fine, you got it.
And Donna'd be doing literally what I did to Kim on the drive to Vegas from LA, which is, I got some strawberries, I have some rice crackers, I brought some mini eggs. You want a mini egg? That's literally what Donna would do. Donna and I are very similar.
I love it.
Food forward people.
Rachel would probably just be checking in, just being like, is she dead? No, she's just sleeping. She's just sleeping. I didn't do anything to her. As Pat Benatar plays on the radio.
I love it. It wasn't me, she's just asleep. Well done, great question.
So with all those characters in a small space, we're like, that would be hilarious and awesome.
Yeah. And, we
I can see Jody'd wake up and be like, all right, let's discuss dildos.
right.
I'm bored.
Yeah, haven't we decided in previous
Meg would have
panels
opinions.
and that Jody has a drawer of dildos? We've decided.
I think it was an entire closet.
Yeah. Just like S&M chains. She's got like one of those swings.
I don't know, that requires two people. Jody seems very self-sufficient at this point in her life.
It's a different kind of snack, but thank you guys.
Thanks, Tasha.
Maybe Meg is too. Someone asked why I kept coming back to this meat suit. Maybe I'm just partial to him.
I know how it works. I know where the buttons are.
I know.
And how to push them.
Literally. Hi.
Give me a second. I'm trying not to picture. Okay. This is a D&D question.
Awesome.
I love
What?
it.
A what?
A D&D question.
Oh yeah, it's really,
What does that
really
mean?
naughty. It's Dungeons and
Dragons.
Dragons, you know.
Kim and I.
It's okay, I got you. I got you, babe.
Somebody
I got
else
you.
answer for
And we're
me.
just going back with the whips and the chain. Anyway, my question is, if you could do a character class sheet for Meg, Death, Donna, and Jody, what would you use? This question
Wait,
is
if
for...
you could do, sorry, if we could do a class
Yeah, like what character class would you use?
for our characters. Yeah. So basically,
It's been a while.
you get different, like, so you could be a cleric, you could be a wizard, you could be a sorcerer, you could be.
Well, and you
though.
You could be a thief.
You could be a thief. You could
Thief,
be a
what else?
rogue. You could be a ranger. You could be a bard. Paladin.
Yeah,
Yes, druid.
I'm tempted. I think Jody would probably be a paladin, but she'd be a very tired paladin.
I feel like you'd be the sorcerer.
I was gonna say, I was like, I'd probably be like sorcerer, wizard, or something.
Yeah. Warlock, you think? Yeah.
I could see that.
Could be, yeah. Because there are
What
very
the fuck are you guys talking about?
No, my husband, it's so funny because my husband just started playing with a whole bunch of friends, so I'm kind of like, I kind of actually know what you're
Oh my
talking
goodness, I have to find, wait, is it New York?
about. Not in New York.
Oh, okay.
He's got his characters that he's like, I was like, what is this? And he's like, they're my pieces for my Dungeons and
That's
Dragons.
awesome.
And I was like, oh.
What's fun about my brain is I can transfer from talking to Kant about what like wizarding class you are, and like they're just as serious for me. Either question. Yeah.
What would Donna be?
Yeah, I was like bard.
Yeah, bard.
Bard?
Yeah. Bards are fun. They're actually
Doesn't sound cute.
they're very fun. What was that? Entertainer.
Okay, all right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
She's and you have magical abilities.
Oh,
a lot
amazing.
of them, so,
I'll take it.
Yeah.
I'll take 2.
Yeah, you're very powerful, but people don't, what it is with bard power is people kind of are unsuspecting.
Oh, even better.
Yeah, it's really awesome.
Fuck you, man. Okay,
And
cool.
you can create magic with your music and like put spells on people. So,
Yeah, you do.
So you are a bard. Yeah. That's
Oh,
right.
if I Okay, great. I love that. That was funny.
I love it.
That was being really fun. Thank you for that.
Wait, what's Meg?
hard question.
I don't know. What do you think, Meg? Like, I'm more curious what everyone thinks. Rogue? Yeah, I think rogue too. I'm with you. That works. Yeah.
Yeah,
She-
you know what?
she's-
I've been
she's
really
a
thinking
little
about
bit-
it, and yeah, you're right.
Yeah. She's.
Sorry, I don't mean to be an asshole. I just am. Okay, next question.
I am. Wait,
Oh,
but
oh, sorry.
I just wanted like.
Are you
make-
disagreeing with my
No,
choice?
no,
I'm open to something. I'm open to
I'm
clarity.
gonna say no. I am the weird one. It's just we're in a room of weird ones, and I actually.
It's not weird. I don't consider it weird. I'm making jokes because that's just what I do. I think it's intensely intelligent.
Oh.
And I'm always in awe of it. I make jokes because that's super fun for me and that's how I contribute. But I don't think it's weird at all. I think the fact that you guys follow that many fandoms and know that much information, retain that much information. I can't even spell my middle name. I know nothing. That's why I'm friends with people who are better than me, smarter than me, in different ways.
That's
what
why you were just so giving.
No, stop it. Why don't you shut up, Rachel?
So let's just make out.
Let's kiss. Hello.
Hello, ladies. I wanted to ask because yesterday you talked about musicals and movies, and there's a supernatural musical episode. And if your characters had been in that episode, what song would you have chosen to sing? Just because I really want to hear Lisa sing again.
Don't we all?
Yes.
I don't know. Help me out with this one. What would you?
What would you sing as
what
that
would
character?
I sing as Death?
I don't know, but I
other than
listen to
Odette.
anything.
Like, Don't Fear the Reaper?
That's a good one. It's the end of the world as we know it.
I would really love Don't Fear the Reaper, like just but your own version. That would be awesome.
I just heard that song the other day.
What was that?
Oh yeah, no, that's where I learned it for the first time. At karaoke, I was like, oh, there is a song called Don't Fear the Reaper. That's a real thing. Yeah.
I just see, does anybody know the musical Hairspray? I see a musical episode of Supernatural of just like Donna waking up with the way, you know. Woke up today. That'd be funny to me.
I think Jody, I wish Kim could sing this, but I like God'll Cut You Down. I I mean, I know I'm not God, but I feel that I am an agent of every once in a while. And sometimes God needs an actual substantial bullet in somebody's head for being a fucker.
I just want to listen to these three sing. I think Meg would be like me, which is I'm like, no, that is way too vulnerable and I might be looked at oddly, so I will not do it. So yeah, but maybe that's just my interpretation.
Oh, I love it.
But I just want to listen to you.
Bless you. Bless you.
We're just gonna keep vamping until you sing, Lisa. That's true. I'm just saying, like, it's already, we three psychically have agreed we are not moving until the next question until you give us something.
Well, I think it would probably be like a little Proud Billy. I think she would switch out the lyrics and be like, Proud Billy, keep on rolling. After you get
That didn't quite
back.
count. Keep going. I didn't quite resonate. It's almost there. I'm almost there.
Left a good job in the empty. Working for the man every night and day.
All right. Thank you for humoring us. Poor Lisa.
Thank you,
She's like
ladies.
always just like.
Do the thing. Go dance with Grandma.
Yeah, I'm done.
Yeah, right.
I'm just now singing notes.
You're done for this question, baby. Which way do we go now? Over there. Hello.
Hi, I love you all, but my question's for all of you.
Oh, brilliant. Well played, my friend.
What I have to say, I think it's funny that you just saying that you're working for the man all night and day, and now you are the man. That's awesome. My question is there a behind-the-scenes story that you would like to share that you haven't been able to share before? And what is that story, of course?
That I haven't shared before.
I literally make a living out of telling all of my stories. And now you're asking me, what haven't you told? I don't have that many stories. I've only been on like 7 episodes. Right? How many episodes have I been on? You're fired. Behind the scenes stories.
Because I don't get pranked, I don't have many. So.
I could be a prank story.
Oh.
Yeah, so shut up, Lisa.
I honestly have no good stories, but I will say it is the most caring group of people, not only all the cast, but all of the crew. So there were little things that I guess I've never shared that like, when, as I was like having more and more physical difficulty, they didn't know why, I didn't know why at first, and we thought maybe it was my back or whatever, but everyone went out of their way to try to like help me in every way they could. So like they put me in shorter shoes. You'll notice that my shoes suddenly, like those heels, shrink. And then the wardrobe people would bring me like heat packs to put on my back and things like that. And I had little like insoles to like cushion me. And then like just everyone was doing all these little things. And again, it's not, I'm just trying to think of something I haven't talked about, but it was just an articulation of how much people would go out of their way to try to help. And I've told the story of like Misha picking me up and spinning me, but like everyone in the cast and crew really tried to help me in any way they could, and not in a loud, noisy way, but in a very subtle way. Just like how I was incredibly moved because Kim, when I was adjusting to this seat, she very subtly stood and danced at my chair, but was holding it in place so that there was no chance I could topple over. And those are the moments where it's like, you know you're around good humans.
I've told this story. In between episodes a while ago, at some point, I got a very dramatic haircut. Now, this didn't make them very happy. My response these days is, give me a contract, you can do whatever the fuck you want with my hair, but if you won't, like if you use me once a year, I get to do it's my body. dramatic haircut, and the producers or whomever was like, oh fuck, the audience won't know who that is. and so they were at the last minute, like, get her in a wig. So I went into the hair and makeup trailer, and they were like, they want you in a wig. I said, I don't want to wear a wig. They said, we don't want you to wear a wig either. So hang on a second. And they got a wig they used for Jared's stunt double.
We've all tried that wig on.
Not great on this face. And they like kind of tucked it up so it looked like a little bit of a bob. It was. They're like, okay, let's go take some pictures of this and send it to the producers so they can see what the wig would look like on you. And of course, the producers were like, never mind, we'll take the risk. Let her have the haircut. And I thought we totally got away with it. And Phil Segricia came up to me while we were shooting, and he's like, yeah, I like the hair. I like the hair. I think it'll work. Nice ruse with the shitty wig, too.
Yeah, Phil doesn't, he knows, you can't pull one over on Phil. He knows all.
Yeah, they can tell. We do this thing, so like wardrobe fittings, I'm sure my fellows will relate to this. Wardrobe fittings, you have a bunch of different options. And they take Polaroids of it, and then they send it to the higher-ups, and the higher-ups are gonna pick which one they want. And I'll tell you, here's the thing. I'm not subtle either. You can tell which wardrobes, which outfits I want, because some of the Polaroids, I'm looking like this.
Exactly.
And some of the Polaroids, I'm going,
yeah. You really sell the ones that you want.
oh yeah, yeah.
When we were,
it's miraculous. That one makes her look so skinny and happy, and that one makes her, wow, is she really that fat?
I did not learn that lesson earlier.
Yeah, they're really scared of.
Girl.
Yeah, don't sell what you don't like.
I sold everything.
I was
a fool.
You a damn fool. When we were doing Wayward Sisters, Kim, so they had pulled, because it was a pilot, they were very conscious of all of our costumes. And they had pulled a bunch of stuff, and Kim had her wardrobe fitting, and she's like, wait till you see the boots. Remember those boots?
Oh, yes.
Yes. For her. Yes, and this was oh no, it wasn't. It was the wardrobe. I was gonna say it was Phil's choice, but it wasn't. But do you know where, in that episode where Donna enters with D-Train, and then the camera, you see her get out and the camera goes on her boot? That was written into the script. That entrance was written into the script. So they wanted a very specific boot. So the boot they chose was like this white, it was almost looked bedazzled cowboy boot. I know. And so Kim saw them, and then I saw them, and I was like, these are them. And the wardrobe people are like, I know. And we did everything to sell them. But Phil was like, I love them, but it will be all you look at amongst the sea of plaid and denim. So they got cut. But it's funny because you forget that wardrobe and hair and makeup, they have passionate opinions and choices that they want to see, and lots of those things fly. So lots of things that you see and love.
Artists.
Yeah, it's their choice. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I was like, I don't know if I have it. Oh wait, yes I do. Shut up.
When you start talking about the crew, you're like, oh yeah, I never talk about the crew. A, because I don't know if they'd like me sharing their story, and then I go, I don't care. They're not here. Just kidding.
Hi, good morning. I was wondering if you believed in destiny.
Yes. Thank you. I don't know. Why do you ask that?
Just curious whether you believe more in personal choice, or is there like a destiny
Free will versus destiny?
I believe.
That's because you're asking us a really simple one that everyone
Yeah.
Looking at you.
I know, like Kim and I have very heady conversations about, I believe in weird stuff that might scare people away. I believe in multiple dimensions of the universe. I believe that you do make choices in almost like a choose your own adventure, but with your energy, and lessons that are brought to you to bring you closer to a higher dimension. We could really get into it, guys.
But here's the thing with belief. It's a really cool thing, because we actually all have similar kind of woo-woo, esoteric, whatever beliefs. But the reason I hesitate sometimes to speak about some of these things, including free will versus destiny, publicly, is that I think we should always have room to discover and change, and I don't want anything solidified and like that is the answer, because the truth is, as humans on this journey, we're all trying to figure things out, and you have to find what is true for you and works for you. And so for me to put out there what I believe at this moment in time based on my experiences, I feel like that's unfair, because that then boxes me in, and it tells you that either your belief is yet more or less valid, and that's not true. Like, I think you know somewhere in your core what is right for you right now, and I think you should have room to grow from there and discover new things. Does that make sense?
I mean, it's such a great thing to discuss in general, and it's like for me, I always kind of think you always have to be like a consummate like skeptic, because the only reason I even believe half the things I believe in is just because I was like, yeah, right, my energy really changes how things flow. Watch how I try that out. I was like, oh my God. So I would literally do a day where I was like, I'm gonna be grateful for everything. Everything from my eyes open up, to the breath of air that I'm taking in through my lungs, to the chocolate bar that I'm gonna have, to my conversations with my friends. Like, I'm gonna be grateful for every last thing I can think of. And then the next day, I was going to very deliberately let everything irritate me and see what happened. Because I'm my own guinea pig in so many areas of my life when it comes to spiritual growth and enlightenment and all of those things, destiny versus free will, because I'm like, well, no one's gonna give me the answers but me. And my own life experience is going to be the thing that teaches me the most. And so I kind of had to play around, and I would flip back and forth, and I just noticed on the days that I was most grateful for, even if my car got towed, you know, something positive came of my car getting towed. Getting to the to get my car to the tow impound and being like, oh my God, girl, you here? And she's like, yeah, I'm here. I didn't know. I'm gonna put you forward for that role because I didn't know you, and you look good. I like your hair. Is that new? And all of a sudden, a whole new world opens up because my car got towed. And then the next day, something as simple as like I stubbed my toe and I let that be the thing that irritated me the rest of the day, everything else got worse. And so I just started noticing that parallel so clearly that I was like, okay, then I think I'm gonna set the tone and let that be how I live my life. So sometimes I have a vibe where it's like, if it's meant to be, it'll be. And I can live with that. And if it's not, then there's no point losing sleep over it. That's what life has taught me. So I can't tell people to live their lives like that, but I always try and steer people in a direction where it's like, figure it out for yourself. You're gonna get the best answers from you, you know? And we can be guides and, you know, people along the sidelines cheering you on, but you're the one who has to A, do the work, and B, use it, apply it, see how it informs your choices afterwards, if that makes sense. Great question.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You opened the existential door.
Yeah, I knew it was coming. I knew what that's for. Yeah. Hello.
Hi. Sorry, I'm a bit nervous, so I'm going to introduce myself in Navajo real quick, because it's how you calm down. Yeah, it's Kimber Lang in share. What's on the thing over the gun and bushes chain, cutting a satin dash chain, double the gun and dash nulla. A coat ego dinner sunshine.
And breathe. And breathe. Let that settle. And breathe. Because who you are is important.
Thank you.
Breathe.
Yeah. I just wanted to ask what each of you, what's your favorite method of self-care? Because I know self-care is pretty important these days. So, do you have like a favorite, like a go-to method for that you want to share?
Meditation.
Meditation.
My new one, which is very new, is sounds bad, is isolation. Because I'm an extremely social person, I'm an extrovert, and I've been finding over the last few years the need to get validation from others, and it snuck up on me, and when it was taken away, I was like, I found myself a little lost. And then when I sat with myself for a little bit, I was like, okay, this is actually where it comes from, right? Love only comes from ourselves. And therefore, we are able to pass it on to others and accept it from others. And it was only when I got very quiet and very still that I was able to do that. So now I take time to realize that that is an important part of my self-care process.
Love that. And yeah, and I think for me, when I agree with meditation, sometimes a meditative moment is all I need. But I just make sure that I'm taking a break and stepping away from whatever is consuming me at that moment. So sometimes, like one of my favorite things is in the middle of the day or whatever, I'll take even 10 minutes and go down to the park and go by the water and just sit. And again, it is that time on my own to just reflect. It does not need to be a long time. It doesn't need to be a traditional, meditation process or whatever. It's whatever works for you that helps you step away and check in and check out of whatever the existence is that you're caught up in.
If I can share anything, it is, for me, the most important part of self-care is giving yourself permission to care for yourself.
Hear, hear. Hear, hear. I mean, I just want to say one thing about meditation while we're on the topic, and it's my favorite thing to talk about. Just the thing to always remember is so many people think they need to have like a quiet mind, and they need to be like a leaf falling from like a tree in the autumn. It's just like, no. Actually, let it all come. Let the voices, let everything swarm by. And I say this because people don't know, like it's when you know to expect that this is gonna be really hard, you kind of prepare yourself for it. And with meditation, it's like, there's gonna be so much noise, but when you actually sit down and give yourself at least 30 days, the first 10 days will be the hardest days of your life. Sitting down with yourself will be the easiest, hardest thing you've ever actually tried to do. And then the next 10 days, you're like, this is really, really, really hard, but then you just gotta get past those days. And once you get into the last 10 days, you're gonna be in a place where all of a sudden you're like, oh my God, I can actually hear what I'm thinking about. And I say the same thing over and over and over again. And naturally, without you even having to do anything, just by showing up for like 5 minutes a day to just hear the chatter, you'll get bored of you. Like too much candy, you'll get gut rot, you'll get mind rot. And you'll just be like, I don't even want to think this anymore. And you'll be like, I want an apple. Can I get an apple from my brain? Like it's just so natural, and it's a thing that I think right now it's so sensationalized of like meditate, but what does that mean? And we think we need to be like the Dalai Lama, and I'm like, no, 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 no. You just need to sit down. And if you can't do that, that's to show you how challenging it can be and how rewarding it will be. It's like a smile, like on the hardest days of your life, try and smile. And I think anything that has that kind of power where you're like, oh my God, this has weight to it, because it's not so easy to do every time, has to be has to have some kind of benefit. And it's a practice. So you're supposed to be bad at it. Like you get up and you try and you fall and you get up again. That's what practicing looks like. It doesn't look like the final product.
Yeah. And I just want to say one other thing. You all taught me something, which is that self-care is not selfish. Because as I got sick, I was trying to learn how to care for myself, and it was a very difficult thing for me, not a natural instinct. And I took a lot of time to contemplate, to read, to meditate, to all those things, but I had this constant like itchy feeling of like, yeah, but I should be out doing something for the world, and I'd rather do something for all of humanity and be connected to other humans and helping them. And it felt very selfish. I was very worried about that. That was constantly eating at me. And it was slowly by coming out to the panels and having these moments with you and everything, and learning that I am better at connecting with and giving to other people if I can learn to give to myself. And so I have learned that I am a better human and better able to help others if I am helping myself, and therefore it doesn't feel selfish anymore.
Thank you.
Hello ladies, my name is Kim.
Hi Kim.
Hello. Kim is a very good name. But this question is for Rachel. So I found this fan theory, which I thought was awesome because I am the biggest Hercules fan. So there's a theory that you are Megra.
Yes.
And your soul was all tortured and mangled. And I thought that was fucking awesome.
I do too. I've seen that one and I think it's very cool.
Right? Yes. I used to reenact oh my god, it's embarrassing. But I used to reenact the whole Hercules movie, my Barbie dolls, and I would type it up. Oh my god, I was freaking nuts.
People have done the like comparing the two photos too, because you've got like actually the characters don't look dissimilar. These things are very fun. Again, I can nerd about anything. I have the ability to do that. No, I think I love that theory.
Me too. I was like, yes. Okay.
Yes.
Thank you
yes,
so much.
I will validate. It's super fun and it's a cool idea. And I definitely like the idea that Meg has been around that long. That is true to me. However she started, I think she's been around an awful long time.
I do too. And oh, thank you so much. I love you girls. You're fabulous.
We love you back. Hold on. So glad you're here, Rachel. Thank God. Hi.
Hi, good morning, goddesses.
We literally all did that. Did you see that? Yeah. Morning goddesses, we all went. Back to you, yes.
So,
none of us are actresses or anything.
Such assholes. Okay, go ahead.
So I'm a burlesque performer, and I wanted to know for your characters, I may or may not be looking for ideas, that's not important. I wanted to know if your characters had to choose a burlesque song to perform to, what would it be?
I thought you were going to ask a stripper name.
Oh, different. Do you know, okay, I have two ideas. I really like Robin's version of Cobra Style. I've said that before, but I think that's I think it would lend itself to burlesque. I also think Roisin, Roisin, I can't pronounce her name, but she has a song called Rama Lama that Wade Robeson did a choreography to on So You Think You Can Dance. You guys remember that? That dun.
God, you watch
fucking
TV?
awesome. I did when my daughter was an infant. But look up Rama Lama and Roisin, or however the hell. I apologize deeply, but it's a fucking awesome song. Those are both, I think, good burlesque songs. Not that I spend showers fantasizing if I were a burlesque dancer.
Yeah, right.
I love that instantly you had the answer. I was like, that's impressive.
I've been in your closet, I've seen your pasties.
There's also a song, there's also a version of Tubular Bells by Book of Love, an 80s group. You know what that's also, I think, would lend itself to some really good burlesque stuff. I'll stop now.
No, please don't stop. And please answer for all of us.
What was the Moulin Rouge, Red Room? I mean, that's been probably done to death, but because it's a classic, that's a good burlesque song. I know. I need to stop.
I don't really know.
I'm just happy watching Kim respond to this.
I'm just...
You never knew that my secret life is a burlesque performer, but it is.
Amazing.
I love that you're a burlesque performer, though.
Yes, that's awesome.
Kind of decided at 48 years old it was time to get the tits out.
Good for you.
What do you use?
Did you say time to get the tits out? Oh, I love that. Why isn't that a fucking t-shirt? Yeah, right on cue. You fucking pervert. Oh, Norton.
Thank you, ladies, so much.
Thank you. What a little shit. Tits.
Should we do one more?
Well done, my friend. I appreciate a good boob joke, good shenanigan. Okay, yes, hello.
Hi, my name is Kayla, and I love you all. And my question's for Lisa. And my question is, since you can bring back the Winchesters, you think you could bring John back?
Yes. Yeah, great answer. Perfect answer here with this crowd. Hard yes.
Hard yes.
Yeah.
But will she?
Dun dun dun. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello.
Hi, ladies. So you're all beautiful, badass, brilliant, and smart, and just awesome. So,
But no.
I mean, and then there's Briana. No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding. We love you.
It's okay, I deserve that.
You inspire us and so many other women. So, who inspires you?
Oh God, I knew this question was coming and I had a canned answer. Damn it, what was it?
I texted you and told you to be ready.
You texted me?
Yeah. Well, I tweeted you and told you.
Okay, I was like, don't tell them.
I slid into your DMs yesterday.
No, I've lost it. I did have an answer. It was a new one. You guys go.
It's my mom. I know.
No, that's usually my answer.
I mean, I love my mom, and as I get older, I can't help but reflect and see how great she was even more. And she just gets even more amazing. And it's like sometimes I think it's easy to look at someone who, what's happening? What's happening?
They're apparently trying really hard to not steal the show.
Mike's creeping on. Mike, get up here. It's okay. Come on. Come on.
Go on. Lisa's talking about her mom.
We're talking about inspirational figures in our life, and I think it's important and appropriate that you be here because you inspire us too. We love you.
Okay.
Look at that.
Yes.
Does everybody know about what Mike's doing?
Yeah, do we know? You guys know?
He's a good dude, man.
Let me tell you something. All of that glory goes away. We just hope that battery can last for a good 2 to 3 minutes, and then just.
On that, like on a wrap-up note, I just want to say what inspires me, quite honestly, is going to sound cheesy, but is humans generally. I want to cry on a daily basis just having conversations with you all, with all of these people. Humaning is hard. I don't know anyone who isn't like fighting and struggling through existence, and just to like the fact that we all keep getting up and keep trying and keep connecting and everything, that's what keeps me going too. So just thank you all for being here.
Outstanding. It's always great to have you ladies on the stage. I know we're going to see all of you tonight, so I'm very excited about that. Great reminder, Lisa Mary, Kim Rhodes, and Briana Buckmaster. There they go.
We can make it if we try. It's the four of us.
Right there.
You and I, it's the four of us.
All four.
Building castles in the sky. It's the four of us. You and I.
You know what's next? You know what's next?
Auction.
It's an auction. You know what I think?
What's that?
I think we need an auction song. And I think we know just